Hi Shell Point, I'm Christy Skinner, your Senior Director of Healthcare, bringing you another edition of the Medical Minutes. As the days get shorter in the winter, so does our chance to get out and get our exposure to the sunlight. The lack of sunlight exposure surfaces a common disorder known as SAD, or Seasonal Affective Disorder. SAD is a type of depression that occurs in the late fall and early winter and typically ends by late spring or early summer. The true cause of SAD is still unknown, but research points to a lack of sun exposure as the primary contributor. How do you know if you might have seasonal affective disorder? An individual must meet the criteria for depressive episodes coinciding with the fall and winter months for at least 2 years. Common symptoms of major depressive episodes are feelings of hopeless or worthless, losing interest in activities you once enjoyed, having trouble sleeping, experiencing changes in your appetite or weight, feeling sluggish or agitated. People who live in northern states tend to suffer more from seasonal affective disorder, as well as those with a family history of the disorder. We Floridians are pretty lucky, as we are blessed with weather that is conducive to allow us the ability to get out in the sun pretty much year-round. But it is still a concern for those individuals that may be mobility restricted or highly sensitive to sunlight exposure due to certain medications. And yes, we do still have days where it is slightly too cold to get out and about. Sunlight stimulates the hypothalamus, a part of the brain that helps control circadian rhythm or your body's internal clock. When the body has a lack of light, it can cause an imbalance in your circadian rhythm, impacting the hormone balance in the brain that controls mood. This can also drive other behaviors such as overeating or craving high-carb comfort foods and social withdrawal. You can imagine that SAD can also impact your cognitive function, in particular your concentration and word recall. How can you help treat or possibly minimize the symptoms of seasonal affective disorder? An interesting treatment, light therapy, has been researched to be highly effective in helping to manage seasonal affective disorder, with the idea behind it being that it replaces natural light exposure. Light therapy uses a light box to produce a bright white light. These can even be purchased on Amazon. Then again, what can't be purchased on Amazon these days? As far as the brain knows, artificial light works like natural light, and even if you do not have symptoms of SAD, light therapy can help prevent them, according to Harvard University. How do you pick the right light therapy box? You need to have at least 10,000 lux, which is the measure of intensity exposure. A bright sunny day, in comparison, is 50,000 lux or more. Do not stare directly in the light. Set it to the side slightly and about a foot away from you and distract yourself with a good book or a moment of mindfulness while using the light box therapy. Use it for 30 minutes a day. It can be all at once or incrementally. Try to get some light time by the morning. Be mindful that if you are on light-sensitive medication, or you have certain eye conditions, you need to consult with a physician prior to engaging with light therapy. In addition to light therapy, a good old walk outdoors or a swim at the aquatic center will provide you ample light exposure daily. And this is the ideal method of light exposure, sunlight. Sometimes if you are struggling with depression, you will need certain medications to assist you in managing your feelings. With any of these suggested ideas, it is always the best practice to meet with your practitioner and discuss your feelings, your symptoms, and the therapy interventions that are best for you. I am always here to support and care for you, so please feel free to reach out to me at christyskinner@shellpoint.org. Until next time, Shell Point, stay healthy.